Welcome back. This is Monty once again from DPL Surveillance Equipment. I'm out and about on a rainy afternoon, and very nice out here, believe it or not, even in the rain. It's not bad. It's not like a major storm. I'm owner of DPL Surveillance Equipment, and we're a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech sales and customer support. We have the largest inventory of items that not only can you buy, but you can rent or layaway as well. A lot of our customers use our layaway program as a creative financing type of technique, and a lot of customers use the rental program as a rent-to-own or try before you buy type of program. You can actually test out products by renting them first, and then if you like them, then of course you can keep them, and then we just bill you accordingly, and send you an invoice if needed for your records. So yeah, try out the products while renting, and then if you decide you want to keep it, then just let us know, or do a rent to own where you make so many payments and then we just convert it for you. So another thing that we have that's unique about our company is we have lifetime guarantees and warranties and a huge video library. We have a major collection of videos showing you how to use the bug detectors, the Nanny cameras, the audio bugs, the DVRs, the spy watches, spy keychains, Rock's hidden camera, mouse with a hidden listening device in it, keyboard with a hidden audio bug in it, all sorts of different things. You name it, GPS trackers, etc., etc. And then while you're there on the website, go over to the articles directory, learn about all sorts of different things. Learn about technologies used to harass people using infrasound or audio waves. Learn about, you name it, synthetic telephony. Learn about brain hacking. We're going to be publishing a lot more information about brain hacking, or situations where the hackers are moving into the domain of the brain, the human brain, in terms of hacking into it, and so that's going to be interesting. Now, if you have any questions about the products that we sell and we rent and we lay away, give us a call, 888-344-3742. That's 888-344-3742. Now, this is the Economy Stupid, episode number 12. I think it's the Economy Stupid. We do these regular episodes for people who want to have someone break down some of the mysteries of the economy and what's going on in the financial markets overall, and what's going on as far as just the overall economic activity. We want to decipher it and make a little bit of sense out of what's going on for people who are working, who own businesses, and people who are working for a living at the same time. Okay? So let's get right into it. There's not a whole lot going on, believe it or not. Right now, we have this present administration doing a lot of talking about different things, infrastructure, investments of $1 trillion. That's going to make a big difference if it can be pulled off. But anyway, that's one of those things where when you see it, then you can believe it. One of the impediments is going to be every single state in the nation wants to chime in with their particular nuances in terms of, you can't dig here, you can't do this, you can't do that. You got the environmentalists. Let me see, I got a little bit of noise over here. So you're going to have environmentalists chiming in. You're going to have all sorts of different groups that want to have their cake and eat it too. They want jobs, they want progress, they want an improved infrastructure, but not here. Don't dig up here. Don't compromise the lives of or endanger the lives of the turtles and the birds and the fish. Um, you know, um, so those are going to be some issues, but I don't know. We have to see how that plays out. So the infrastructure development is going to be a major stimulus if it can be pulled off. One other thing is the time horizon. Typically, these types of projects have to work their way through the system, and that could take like 4 or 8 years. Donald Trump could be actually out of office by the time any of this takes effect and actually starts to affect anyone. Tax overhaul, stupid politicians are finally realizing, tax overhaul is not that easy, and getting support for it and getting things done is actually going to be a major, major issue. So that seems to be stalled. Healthcare reform, repeal and replace is more like rename and refine. So that I don't know what the major difference that's going to be. 21 million people who have to all of a sudden get their health care yanked out from under them and not replaced by anything that's going to be halfway as effective as what they have now, even though it's not an ideal system. 21 million people can't be wrong in terms of why they signed up and why they would rather not give it up if they don't have to, especially if they have to give up their health care insurance for some unknown, unnamed plan where we don't even know what it is, what it can do, and all that. And believe it or not, a lot of major players in the health insurance industry, a lot of those guys are saying, wait a minute, we have to have some idea of what's going on here before we make these wholesale changes. So, if Donald Trump and his administration have to scare everybody away out of the healthcare marketplace arena, then that's going to be a major issue. So, and the banking industry, the same thing. Bankers, they claim they want less regulation, but at the same time, Dodd-Frank has actually caused a lot of banks to have to put away more capital. In other words, the banks are stronger. When you put capital away, just like if me and you put savings away, that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. So a lot of these bankers are saying, wait a minute, maybe Dodd-Frank and some of these things have actually worked in our best interest. In other words, now when you do your stress tests on your banking sector and you find out that no single bank or group of banks is going to bring down the entire system, that's a good thing. That's not a negative thing. So I'm not quite sure whether or not deregulation in the banking industry is going to be a major impetus anytime soon, mainly because, see, the banks aren't the most innovative people on the planet. I don't know about you, but, trying to work with Citibank and Wells Fargo and a lot of these bigger institutions like B of A, for instance, a lot of these guys that have no clue in terms of what it means to be innovative in the banking sector. They basically view innovation as something as a last resort. They put more emphasis on financial instruments and coming out with synthetic assets that maybe some people know how they work, maybe some people don't know how they work. It's like, come on, you invent these assets and these CMOs and derivatives and different things, and very few people know how they work. Very few people know what they're actually backed by and whether or not they have any intrinsic value. And then when the system blows up, then everyone goes crying back to Washington like they did when Obama first got elected. Anyway, now that we've resolved that major banking crisis issue, now we finally have a somewhat sound banking system, as far as I can tell. But the banks need to actually start putting a little bit more money into innovation. Digital payments, cryptocurrencies, efficiencies need to be wrung out of the system, simply because we pay too much money in remittances, we pay too much money in just sending money back and forth and doing business with each other as merchants and customers. Too much bureaucracy, too much outdated, dilapidated infrastructure in the banking sector. And the shipping sector, shipping and cargo carriers, not getting enough capacity, not getting enough actual cargo or merchandise on those big giant vessels that hold the big giant 40-foot containers. There's a number of major players that have filed for bankruptcy and are filing for bankruptcy as we speak. So that's not good. When 90% of the world's traffic, merchandise traffic, is going through shipping companies, and the major players are either filing for bankruptcy or consolidating in an attempt to survive. Okay, this is not a booming sector. They're trying to survive. They're scrambling to try and get big and consolidate and wring out efficiencies by consolidating. If they can find a partner. If you can't find a partner, then like the South Koreans are learning, then you file for bankruptcy. Okay, and so that's what's going on in the shipping sector. They're really hurting, not getting enough merchandise to send all over the world, ship back and forth all over the world rather. And instead, they're filing for bankruptcy, liquidating, laying off people, and just one of those situations where, the consumer is not able to come to the rescue like we did before. People have just been devastated financially. 8 or 10 years of recuperating for what George Bush did, and then Obama trying to come in and put the fire out because it was a major crisis. Now people are just getting to the point where they're getting a job, not a good job, but just getting a job to help them pay the bills, and then but getting caught up and putting some investments back into the investment account. That's a different story. So anyway, there's a lot going on as far as why things aren't moving ahead anytime soon, and are going to be stagnating for a while yet, because that's just one of the things that happens when the economy is screwed up for so long for so many people. And anyway, things are changing too, so you have to realize sometimes you go through these major changes, and we talked about before that the skills that a lot of these people have right now are particularly outdated and outmoded, and a lot of the boomers are pretty much giving up, and then they're just dropping out, and they're saying, okay, I'll just go ahead and retire or something. So, and the baby boomers, the millennials, those aren't the most high-earning people that you've ever seen. So that's going to be a major issue. How are you going to contribute to these massive entitlement programs if you don't make the type of wages? You're still at home with your mother in their basement, or living in the garage or something. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. So there's a number of unknowns that are going on, and in terms of how how they're supposed to play out. And right now, I'm kind of pessimistic on the overall. Sorry about that. People playing in the rain, of course. Since it's raining, the people can go in there and just spin their tires and all that. But yeah, other than that, it looks like we just have to hang in there. And as I always say, keep your head up and keep focused on what you're doing, your little area, in terms of making sure that you do everything you can to help your customers and come up with innovative products and innovative services. Because as far as I can tell, we're going through a transition. You got artificial intelligence, as we talked about earlier, with robotics. It's going to be displacing a lot of workers. Sharing economy is going to mean you'll have 1 or 2 or 3 jobs, and neither one of them will pay very much money. It's just a lot of things that have to be looked into, and we need to find out how we're going to reshape this economy going forward, because this old paradigm is playing out, and the new one is coming up, and not a lot of people are quite sure what to make out of it. And we talked about universal income, which is a different subject, but universal income has been thrown about, particularly from the major players at the Davos convention. If you're not familiar with Davos, every year in Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland, I think it is, these major power movers and shakers, they meet and they talk about what's going on and what are going to be some of the new things that are going to happen as far as things that are going to make a big difference in the economy. And that's what they're discussing in Davos right now. One of the major things is universal income. When all the rich people, the billionaires of the world, when they extract all the resources out of the economy, someone is going to have to, someone's going to pay for it. And right now, with all the resources extracted out of the economy by the 1% people, 1%ers, Now the 99% are suffering. So people at Davos finally got this fucking brainstorm idea. Why don't we give back in the way of a universal income for everyone, right? Everyone gets a check according to the poverty level in your particular city, state, and country. Maybe we'll cut these people a check so that the peasants don't all revolt at once or something. But anyway, it's all screwed up. And as far as I'm concerned, we need to close the book on this old paradigm, this particular capitalistic model or something. Maybe it's playing out. You know, maybe it's played out completely. It seems like the cost of labor, or chasing the cost of labor rather, from country to country, trying to get the cheapest worker and sell the cheapest products and exploit people for all you can. I think a lot of that is coming back to bite us. So anyway, there's some long-term fundamental changes that are taking effect and that are in play rather, and we're going to just have to hang in there and see. But continue to do your planning, continue to focus on your business if you're a business owner. If you're an employee or if you're a worker, 9-to-5er rather, get skills that are relevant to the new economy. Digital currency, cryptocurrency, cybersecurity, learn what AI is and robotics. If you can learn anything about the technology of robotics, whether it be making, developing, writing software, coding, you better start doing that as soon as possible. These are some of the areas that we're going to have to be focusing on. Other than that, being an entrepreneur, being an artisan, try to find a unique product, a unique service to offer to everyone. Anyway, we're going to close out this session. Again, it's a very nice day out here to be walking, and I thought we would do it. And it's the Economy Stupid number 12 out here while we're out here walking around. Let you guys see how beautiful it is. And so don't fret, don't worry. Long-term changes, fundamental changes that are occurring. Sometimes you can't stop these changes. It's just what happens. When you go from the industrial era to the technological area to the information age, all these transitions coming from the agrarian age, coming from, all of these particular time frames where you had major structural changes and you can't do anything about it, but you embrace it and you try to take advantage of opportunity if you can. If you can't, then just make sure you're prepared as much as possible for the transition. Okay, so we appreciate it when you join us in these particular sessions, and we welcome you back to the next session. Okay, so as we like to say at the conclusion of every session, share this with a friend, relative, enemy, associate. We don't care who you share with, just share it with someone, and let's see how we can help make the world a safer and more equitable place. Okay, you guys have a great day. If you have any need for spy gadgets, the bug detectors, GPS trackers, audio bugs, nanny cameras, even anti-terrorist products, including explosive detectors, X-ray baggage scanners, and narcotics detectors, whatever, give us a call, 888-344-3742, 888-344-3742. Have a good day. Thanks. Take care. Bye.